Residents, voters, we have our third ever election in our city's existence. Allow me to walk you through. 4 years ago, we elected Mayor Bill Edwards. We elected District 1, Rowell, District 2, Gums, District 3, Willis, District 4, Gilliard, District 5, Jackson, District 6, Kamau, District 7, Baker. And then around 2 years or so ago, we had our first ever re-election, our second elections. That re-election was for the odd number districts, Districts 1, 3, and 5 only. The citizens re-elected Rowell. The citizens re-elected Willis with her running unopposed. But the citizens demanded change and ousted Rosie Jackson and seated Corey Reeves. Now, November 2nd will be our first ever re-election for 2, 4, 6, and the mayor, but our third elections of this city. I'll ask you, are you happy and satisfied with what you've been getting for 4 years? Smoke this over. In the city of South Fulton, in our 4-year existence coming May 1st, shout out to many of those in various groups that assisted with the creation, the fruition of this city's existence long before 4 years. But in our 4-year existence, we've had 4 fire chiefs, 3 city managers, which, by the way, the city manager is the most powerful position in the city by way of the charter, considering we have what's known as a weak mayor, pun intended. 3 city managers, 3 city attorneys, 3 city judges, 3 city clerks, 2 assistant city managers, 2 police chiefs, 2 communications directors, and a handful of CFOs, to name a few. What does that show you? That shows you when people come to the city of South Fulton, they sit in these positions for a minute and they find out what's happening and they say, oh, hell no, I cannot deal with this mess. And then they get the hell on. What's happening is a number of department heads that run our city don't even live in our city. What's happening is people are being run off by people's inability to govern, people's failing success rate at conflict resolution, people's flat out lack of foresight, people's inability to govern, their decorum, their demeanor, their attitudes. Do we want more of the same? What did that brother say at that press conference the other day? If you accept this, expect more of it. You see, we've got smoldering landfills here in the city of South Fulton, injecting toxins into the air that I'm sure there's going to be a health issue ripple effect from that. We've got a major bridge in the affluent, very high property value district of District 1 that's been out for 3 years. Them people got places they got to be. Them people got money to make. Them people don't like their time wasted because time is money. Got 30-something residents jammed in front of a bridge that's been under construction for 3 years. We've got faulty storm drains that are flooding land in the city of South Fulton, flooding streets, making them impassable, flooding people's homes, making them unlivable. It seems like the Public Works Department needs some work in the city of South Fulton. We've got police terrorism. You guys know that. Yours truly just happens to be the first ever high-profile case that has an investigation of the GBI, and we'll discuss that at a later date. An investigation that results in the 3-day suspension of an officer minus pay, ordered to attend sensitivity and de-escalation measure training classes. But there's only one problem with that. The police chief, the city manager, the mayor, the entire council, collectively, it appears that they condone police terrorism. It appears that they condone an officer lying to a superior officer. It's obvious that collectively they condone an officer being able to falsify documents because that punishment doesn't address anything that I just stated to you. I say, is this what we want in the city of South Fulton? You see, here in South Fulton, we have some of the best land, valuable land, probably in the entire state. You can get your bang for your buck. Those of us who are from here, who was raised here, we've always known that. A lot of development is happening here in the city of South Fulton. Huge projects on the horizon. With all of the cronyism here in South Fulton, it appears that we could possibly be on our road to kleptocracy if you continue to allow these people to operate without any accountability. Here in the city of South Fulton, we erect speed trap cameras and put them in all of the school zones. But we give you a nice story that they were erected in the honor of a slain child that was killed by a vehicle. Well, me and my family, we know a little something about slain loved ones being hit and struck by vehicles. But what do we do over here that's different from the city? Rise in power, Charlie Enrique Jones III, aka CJ. I met with my good friend, former state representative Abel Mabel Thomas, sat down with her and her aides, and we drafted new legislation that highlights the devaluation of lives as it relates to hit and run victims. Passed legislation here in the state of Georgia, bearing named after my cousin, aka CJ's Law. See, that's what we did with the blood of a victim who happens to be our loved one. But what does the city do? They erect speed trap cameras that is ticketing, citing many people coming and going through South Fulton, many people incorrectly and inaccurately. But then that money goes to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and then Chattanooga, Tennessee breaks the city back off. You've got a Caucasian company in the hills, in the mountains of Chattanooga, fattening their pockets off of the comings and goings of you and I in the streets of South Fulton. And then that money goes up under the police budget. But what do the police do with this $1 million plus grab? They take 300,000+ of that and they go get what they have been salivating for years. They go out and get their militarized vehicle, their armored truck, their 1033 program tank known as a Bearcat. $300,000+. How far could that have gone into a city that's damn near 90% African American, with over 100,000 residents, with over 100,000 square miles? We've got special challenges. 300,000+ would have gone a lot further than that one effing Bearcat. But what say you? This is the thinking of these individuals that we have here in these seats now.